Welcome to this channel. Imagine making small changes every day that lead to extraordinary results over time. That's the promise of Atomic Habits, an audiobook by James Author that has changed countless lives. Author's approach is simple yet powerful. By focusing on small habits or atomic changes, you can improve in ways that might feel minor today, but will create incredible progress over time. Listening to this audiobook will take you a step closer to the life you want to lead, empowering you to break away from bad habits and build up good ones effortlessly. One reason this book is so helpful is because it addresses the real reasons why habits are so hard to stick to and offers a step-by-step guide to make lasting changes. Unlike the usual just do it advice, author goes deep into the psychology and science of habit formation, explaining why our habits shape who we are and how we can shape our habits to become who we want to be. For anyone who feels stuck or wants to improve their health, productivity, relationships, or even mindset, Atomic Habits provides actionable steps. Each chapter offers insights and techniques that work across different goals. For example, if you're aiming to get in shape, author's strategies will guide you to start small and stay consistent. For those aiming to boost productivity, his approach will help you use your environment to make work feel less like a chore. And if you're looking to improve relationships, he'll show you how habits can help you become more patient and compassionate. By listening to this audiobook, you'll learn that small changes lead to remarkable results, making it easier to achieve your biggest goals. Each chapter encourages you to take real, manageable steps forward, turning every positive habit into a building block for the life you envision. Whether you want to save more, stress less, or simply be healthier, this audiobook is a journey worth taking. Author's story. James Author's journey into the science of habits didn't begin with just curiosity. It started with a life-altering accident. In the introduction, Author shares his own powerful story of resilience and transformation. As a teenager, he suffered a severe brain injury when struck in the face by a baseball bat. This injury left him with multiple fractures and forced him to relearn even basic motor skills over months of challenging rehabilitation. Through his recovery, Author discovered the true power of small, consistent habits. He didn't rebuild his life overnight. Instead, he made tiny adjustments each day, each step adding up to a remarkable comeback. His story reminds us that dramatic change isn't about overnight success or huge leaps. It's about persistence, patience, and the impact of gradual improvement. This part of Atomic Habits will inspire you by showing that even in the face of the toughest challenges, progress is possible through small, intentional actions. Author's personal experience makes his approach to habits feel genuine and relatable, and it sets the stage for the practical, powerful techniques he shares throughout the book. For anyone ready to make lasting changes, Author's journey proves that habits are the key to reaching our potential, no matter where we're starting from. Listening to this part is like getting to know a guide who has been through the struggle and found a path forward, one small step at a time. The fundamentals. In the fundamentals, Author dives into why small changes or atomic habits make a big difference and how these habits can create extraordinary transformations over time. He begins by challenging the common belief that success is about taking massive action. Instead, he argues real progress comes from making tiny, consistent improvements every day. Over time, these small changes compound, leading to remarkable results, much like interest accumulates on an investment. Author calls habits the compound interest of self-improvement, highlighting that while individual efforts may feel small, their effects build up and lead to substantial growth. Author introduces the core framework of his approach, his 4 laws of behavior change. Each law addresses a key element of habit formation, making habits obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. This framework makes habit building approachable, breaking down the barriers that often hold us back. He also explains that the habits we build shape our identity and vice versa. Our beliefs and self-image directly influence our actions. By choosing habits that reflect who we want to become, we can shift our self-perception, creating lasting change from the inside out. Author offers a new perspective on why it's so difficult to make lasting changes. Habits are a double-edged sword. They can work for us or against us. Bad habits can hold us back, just as much as good habits can propel us forward. With this in mind, author encourages readers to focus not on sweeping transformations, but on systems, small, sustainable routines that, when repeated, lead to the outcomes we want. This part of the book is essential because it reframes how we approach change and improvement, rather than obsessing over goals or results. Author urges us to create daily systems that, over time, make success inevitable. For listeners ready to build positive habits, The Fundamentals provides a strong foundation, showing that even the smallest actions, done consistently, can lead to life-changing outcomes. This section inspires us to trust in the power of small steps, proving that anyone can make meaningful progress by focusing on the process rather than the destination. The first law: make it obvious. In the first law of behavior change, author shows how to make good habits easy to see and hard to miss. This part of the book focuses on the principle of make it obvious, which highlights the importance of cues, those little triggers that prompt us to take action. Author explains that most habits begin with a cue, and by making these cues more obvious, we can naturally make better choices. He uses vivid examples and research to show how our environment profoundly shapes our behavior, often without us even realizing it. One of the core strategies author introduces here is the concept of habit stacking. This involves linking a new habit to an existing one, creating a chain of actions that flow effortlessly together. For instance, if you want to build a habit of reading, you might decide to read a page or two right after your morning coffee. By connecting new habits to familiar routines, we make it easier to stay consistent. Author also introduces the implementation intention technique, a powerful tool for sticking to new habits by planning exactly when and where they'll take place. Instead of saying, "I want to exercise more," you might say, "I will exercise at 7 a.m. in my living room." By setting a fixed time and place, you dramatically increase the odds of following through. In addition to adding cues for good habits, author shows how to design for success by removing the cues for bad ones. For example, if you want to cut down on phone use, putting your phone in another room makes it less likely you'll pick it up out of habit. This simple shift highlights how we can intentionally craft our surroundings to encourage or discourage certain behaviors. Author also addresses the psychology of self-control, revealing that successful people aren't necessarily more disciplined. They've simply designed environments that make good choices the obvious and easy ones. Through insights and actionable tips, he illustrates how we can transform our spaces into powerful supports for the habits we want. The first law is an eye-opening section that shows how much our surroundings impact what we do. By making the right choices more visible and accessible, author teaches us how to make positive changes feel natural rather than forced. This law is all about setting ourselves up for success, proving that by controlling our environment, we can build habits that support our best selves. This section empowers listeners to rethink their spaces and routines, making it easier to adopt habits that lead to the life they envision. The second law: make it attractive. In the second law, author delves into the art of building habits that we actually look forward to. This part focuses on the idea that the more appealing a habit feels, the more likely we are to stick with it. Author explains that our brain is wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. So if we want to build positive habits, we need to make them as enjoyable as possible. Author introduces a concept he calls temptation bundling. This strategy involves pairing a habit you want to build with an activity you already enjoy, making it easier to follow through. For example, If you love watching your favorite show, you might reserve it only for the time you're on the treadmill, combining something productive with something pleasurable. By aligning new habits with activities that feel rewarding, we can trick our brains into craving beneficial behaviors. Another powerful tool author discusses is the influence of social groups. He emphasizes that we tend to adopt habits that align with the norms of those around us, whether that's friends, family, or coworkers. By surrounding ourselves with people who embody the habits we desire, we're more likely to follow suit. Author shares practical insights into how we can harness this effect, finding environments and communities that reinforce our positive habits rather than work against them. This part of the book also explains how our brains create dopamine-driven feedback loops, which play a significant role in shaping our behavior. When we experience something rewarding, our brain releases dopamine, which strengthens the desire to repeat the behavior. Author offers tips for using this natural process to our advantage by building small rewards into our routines, making the journey of habit building enjoyable rather than a chore. Author's message is simple. To build lasting habits, we must transform our daily routines into activities that are hard to resist. The second law teaches us that motivation is often less about willpower and more about redesigning our habits to feel enticing and enjoyable. Through insights on psychology, motivation, and social influence, this section of Atomic Habits empowers listeners to make positive actions a rewarding part of life. For anyone looking to build habits they'll actually want to stick with, this chapter offers a toolkit for making good habits magnetic. The third law, make it easy. In the third law, author reveals how simplicity and ease can make or break our habits. He argues that one of the biggest reasons people struggle to build good habits is that they make the process too complicated or demanding. By focusing on making a habit as easy as possible, author explains, we set ourselves up for success. This law is all about lowering the barriers that often prevent us from taking action. Author introduces the 2-minute rule, a technique that encourages us to start habits in the simplest way possible, requiring only minimal effort. For example, if you want to develop a habit of reading, start by reading just one page. By breaking down a habit to its most basic form, we reduce resistance and make it easier to get started. Author emphasizes that consistency is more important than intensity at the beginning. Once a habit is established, you can gradually build on it. Another key idea in this section is the principle of automation. Author suggests that the more we can remove effort from our habits, the more likely we are to sustain them. This might involve setting up automatic systems like meal prepping for a healthy diet or automating savings in a financial plan. By designing these processes to run with minimal effort, we eliminate friction and free ourselves to focus on the things that truly matter. Author also discusses the importance of reducing choice and decision fatigue, which can easily derail new habits. He shows how creating specific plans and routines around our goals can prevent us from overthinking, making it easier to take action without hesitation. Author's approach simplifies the process of building habits by removing as many obstacles as possible, ensuring that habits fit seamlessly into our daily lives. The third law is an empowering section that illustrates how small adjustments can make our lives easier and more productive. By focusing on simplicity and ease, author provides practical strategies for making habits feel almost automatic. This section encourages listeners to reimagine habit building as a series of simple, manageable steps, proving that lasting change doesn't require monumental effort. It just requires consistency and a little strategy. The fourth law, make it satisfying. In the fourth law, author discusses the importance of immediate rewards in forming lasting habits. He explains that our brains are naturally wired to seek instant gratification. So if we want to reinforce positive behaviors, we need to make our habits feel rewarding in the moment. This final law, make it satisfying, emphasizes the need for satisfaction as a powerful driver for habit formation and consistency. Author introduces the concept of habit tracking as a practical tool to make habits visibly rewarding. By marking off each day you complete a habit on a calendar or in a journal, you create a satisfying visual cue of your progress. Each mark on the calendar reinforces the habit, creating a streak that encourages you to keep going. Author explains that this sense of completion provides immediate feedback, which can be incredibly motivating and helps to establish consistency. He also discusses the importance of making bad habits feel unsatisfying to help break them. By associating negative outcomes with unwanted behaviors, we can make those habits less appealing over time. For example, sharing your goals with a friend or accountability partner can add social pressure, creating a feeling of disappointment if you don't follow through. Author emphasizes that satisfaction is key to long-term habit success because it reinforces our desire to repeat behaviors. When a habit feels good immediately, we're more likely to keep doing it, eventually making it an automatic part of our routine. He explains that while long-term goals are important, immediate rewards are essential to building a lasting foundation. The fourth law empowers listeners to see the value of positive reinforcement, illustrating how small rewards can lead to big changes. Author's insights show us that the most satisfying part of any habit is seeing progress and feeling rewarded along the way. This section wraps up his framework by encouraging us to make good habits enjoyable and bad habits unsatisfying, proving that satisfaction is a powerful motivator for achieving lasting change. Advanced Tactics. In Advanced Tactics, author takes the foundational principles of habit formation and elevates them to a new level, providing listeners with sophisticated strategies to refine and sustain their habits for long-term success. Building on the four laws: make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. This section delves deeper into the nuances of behavior change, offering advanced techniques that address common challenges and optimize habit performance. One of the key concepts introduced is habit shaping, which involves gradually refining a habit to make it more effective and aligned with your evolving goals. Author explains how to break down complex habits into smaller, more manageable actions, allowing for continuous improvement without feeling overwhelmed. This approach ensures that habits remain adaptable and scalable as your needs and circumstances change over time. Author also explores the importance of habit stacking beyond the basics, showing how to create a seamless sequence of behaviors that reinforce each other. By strategically linking multiple habits together, you can build a robust routine that maximizes productivity and minimizes decision fatigue. This technique not only enhances the efficiency of your daily actions, but also strengthens the overall structure of your habits, making them more resilient to disruptions. Another advanced strategy discussed is environment design, where author emphasizes the profound impact of your surroundings on habit sustainability. He provides actionable advice on how to continuously optimize your environment to support your desired behaviors, such as rearranging your workspace to reduce distractions or setting up visual reminders that keep your goals front and center. By creating an environment that naturally encourages positive habits, you reduce the reliance on willpower and make good behaviors more automatic. Author also addresses the challenge of maintaining habits during periods of stress or change. He introduces techniques for staying consistent even when faced with obstacles, such as implementing habit contracts, where you commit to your habits publicly or with a partner, adding an extra layer of accountability. Additionally, he discusses the role of identity reinforcement, where aligning your habits with your core values and self-image helps sustain motivation and commitment over the long haul. Furthermore, Advanced Tactics covers the concept of tracking and measurement, teaching listeners how to effectively monitor their progress and make data-driven adjustments to their habits. Author explains how to use metrics and feedback loops to identify what's working and what needs improvement, ensuring that your habit system remains dynamic and effective. This section also delves into the psychology of habit mastery, exploring how to overcome plateaus and push past the point where progress seems to stall. Author provides insights on how to reignite motivation and continue growing by setting incremental challenges and celebrating small victories, keeping the momentum alive even when results aren't immediately visible. Advanced Tactics is a treasure trove of expert strategies that empower listeners to take their habit-building efforts to the next level. By integrating these advanced methods, you can overcome common pitfalls, enhance the effectiveness of your habits, and achieve sustained, meaningful change. This part of Atomic Habits ensures that your journey toward personal improvement is not only successful, but also deeply fulfilling, providing the tools you need to navigate the complexities of behavior change with confidence and ease. Appendix. In the appendix of this book, author provides additional guidance on how to keep expanding your understanding of habits and applying these principles across different areas of life. This section serves as a practical, hands-on resource for readers who want to dive deeper or adapt the 4 laws to specific contexts like business and parenting. In What Should You Read Next? Author offers a curated list of recommended readings for those who want to further explore the science of habits, human behavior, and self-improvement. These suggestions include classic books and recent research that complement Atomic Habits, allowing readers to broaden their knowledge and reinforce the principles discussed in the book. Little Lessons from the 4 Laws is a condensed recap of the 4 laws of behavior change, breaking them down into quick, actionable tips. Each lesson emphasizes the core takeaways, making habits obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. This summary provides a handy reference that makes it simple to revisit and apply author's framework whenever you need a refresher or motivation. In How to Apply These Ideas to Business, author translates his habit strategies into practical advice for the workplace. He explains how leaders can build a high-performance culture by encouraging small, consistent improvements within teams. By designing environments and workflows that promote productive habits, businesses can create sustainable success and empower employees to perform at their best. This section includes tips on optimizing company culture, improving employee engagement, and fostering a shared sense of growth. How to Apply These Ideas to Parenting offers valuable insights for parents who want to help their children develop positive habits. Author shares strategies for creating a supportive environment that encourages good behavior and learning. By applying the 4 laws, parents can guide their children toward building healthy routines and positive identities, setting them up for lifelong success. Author emphasizes the importance of modeling habits, making routines enjoyable, and rewarding effort to build confidence and resilience in kids. The appendix is a comprehensive resource for adapting the 4 laws to various aspects of life, making author's habit-building framework accessible for readers across personal and professional contexts. It's a fitting conclusion to Atomic Habits, equipping listeners with the tools to continue their growth and make lasting change, no matter their goals. Conclusion: tiny changes, remarkable results. In Atomic Habits, author emphasizes that transformation stems from small, consistent actions. Using the Sorites paradox, he illustrates how individual changes may seem insignificant, but collectively, they can lead to extraordinary outcomes. The book showcases stories of individuals who achieve greatness by prioritizing manageable changes rather than seeking perfection. Author introduces the 4 laws of behavior change, making habits obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying, as tools for fostering good habits and eliminating bad ones. He advocates for a focus on systems rather than goals, promoting continuous improvement with the aim of getting just 1% better each day. The essence of lasting success lies in consistency. Small habits, when compounded over time, yield significant results across various aspects of life. By embracing and persisting with these tiny changes, we can create remarkable transformations. And with this, we have reached the end of our journey through the book. If you're into such content that helps you grow and improve, don't forget to like and share this video. Hit subscribe to stay updated, and check out our other videos for more. We'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment with your feedback. Your input helps us get better for you. Thanks a lot for watching.